Before we go any further, we have so much show tonight. Before we go any further, I would like to thank a man I just met. You met him the same time I did. Jason Kramer, Manicoke, Pennsylvania. Jason, good man. You're not going to get far wearing your I Love New York pajama top around Manhattan. As for the cupcakes, where they're bringing them up right now, they're getting them ready, and there they go. They're getting them ready, and everyone in the audience is going to get cupcakes. Those are good. From Magnolia Bakery. That's a fantastic place. I think they're giving us a little bit of a deal, because I think I was a little short-changed. I think I threw about $140 at random people. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let us get into it. My first guest is a huge star, a talented actor who's appeared in numerous films, including Lost in Translation and one of my favorite movies of all time, Rushmore. His latest film, City of Ember, is in theaters right now. We are thrilled he's here. Please welcome Bill Murray.
Wait until they get... What was that? Did you say...
What?
Eat me? Oh, Stevesy, Uncle Stevesy. Okay, how are you?
If anyone has little private messages they'd like to get out to Bill Murray, just shout them out randomly throughout the show.
I used to know it was bad luck to talk to the audience.
Corn Cob Johnson!
Wait till they get cupcakes in them. You're going to have them...
I know. That's why before the show, the producer was like, should we give them the cupcakes during the show? And I'm like, no, they'll be like kids running around the audience. Yeah. You'll get your cupcakes if you behave, Stevesy. So how are you?
I'm okay. I'm all right.
You know when I said you can yell at anything? That's called sarcasm. I didn't really mean it, and that's why you're being beaten right now by security. Everything good with you? Everything?
It's getting there. I'm getting there.
Yeah, you're getting there. You're slowly working your way up to good.
I'm working my way up to the sunlight.
Yeah, very good. Well, you know, first of all, I went and saw the movie City of Ember the other night. I really enjoyed it. This movie was shot in Belfast, is that right?
Right.
Have you spent a lot of time in Belfast?
No, my background prohibited me from going to Northern Ireland for many years, but now I'm allowed to go because of the Troubles are all over now.
The Troubles. They call it the Troubles.
Yes, the Troubles. And I found when I got there that the people up there are Irish.
I've heard rumors that there's some Irish.
You know, I didn't know what to expect, and I got there, and they were all, you know, charming and funny and smart and lively.
As we are as a people, you know.
That's right. And I had a fantastic time up there. It's really pretty.
I don't know what the food. What's the food like in Belfast? I've been to Dublin. One of my favorite things to do in Ireland is get the breakfast, because the belief clearly in Ireland is that breakfast should be a meal of fried meats presented in many different ways. It's the least healthy breakfast you'll ever eat. They haven't read any of C. Everett Koop's nutritional guide. It's crazy, but it's absolutely delicious. What's it like in Belfast?
It's the same. It's the 4 food groups. It's bread, butter, bacon, and beer.
All somehow congealed and wrapped together.
Yeah, but the food, you know, the food got a lot better when the English left, I think. I mean, to me, the whole food in Ireland got better when the English left, because there's not so much liver in the diet, you know, and they eat a little bit better, I think. Everything's better. But they do have great bread and butter and milk, those
The
kinds of
butter
things.
there, am I wrong? There's something about their butter. You have not had butter until you've gone to Ireland and had the butter. I don't know what they're doing to their cows. If they're, giving them Guinness or something, but the butter is the richest, creamiest butter you've ever had in your life.
Well, I think the water is so pure. You know, the water, their tea is better. Their beer tastes better over there. Everything tastes better because the rain is so fresh and, makes the grass taste fresh. And, you can see...
You were spotted eating grass, I'm told.
Well, it's like that over there. I mean, Belfast is a nice town, and then at the outskirt of the town, it becomes complete countryside in like 20 feet. Like you'll be in a van here, and then there's a cow right there. It happens immediately. There's no in-between land. You're really in deep country right away.
One of the great stars of Belfast, I'm told, is Van Morrison. Is an iconic figure there. One of the great rock and roll singers of all time. You had a chance to meet Van Morrison, is that right?
You're a man, Van, you're a man. Yeah, well, I've known him for a little while. I met him back when we did Saturday Night Live, and I keep bumping into him over the years because my friend Ron Delsner does his shows here. And so he always invites me and makes, go in and talk to Van. Because Van,
he's famously difficult guy to talk to.
He's a moody guy. And, it's go in there and make, my job is to go in and, just lighten it up a little bit so Van will appear. And it's fun to go. He does a great show, like St. Patrick's Day. You should see it down at the, in Gramercy Park down there, that little place down there. And it's a great show. It's a beautiful room to see the show in because Van comes and kills. And they fill it, and then like 300 police officers come just to make sure there's no trouble. And then about 500 firemen come. Everyone's Irish, of course. Just to make sure there's, they're not over the seating limit in the place. So there's about 1,500 people in this.
And while we're here, we might as well get a beer and watch the show.
Just making sure everything's okay. And as long as you're up, that kind of thing. But, and it's a fantastic show, and it's St. Patrick's Day. He comes over, he arrives on the plane and comes over and knocks him out. And
I'm told, I don't know if it's true, that the only song you sing, the only song you play on the guitar and sing is Van Morrison classic Gloria. It's the only song I know the chords to. It's true, yeah. It turns out there's other songs that have the same chords, but I don't know the words. Yeah, I don't know the bridge of Gloria, but I do know the. I'd pay good money to see you sing and play Gloria, and I don't know if I would. I've given all my money away, but could you give us a little Gloria?
I'll try.
Just a little. Come on!
Hi, Max. Hi, Max. How are you? Nice to see you. All right. You just make sure you play louder than I do, okay? That feels comfortable. Now, see, it could be out of tune. I wouldn't know. Better for the song. See, it's a little short. See, I'm always sitting down. Give me something I can put my foot on. This is good stuff. Good roadie stuff. See, I really shouldn't have done it. Let me tell you about my baby. She comes around about 5'4", from her head to the ground. She comes around here, it's about midnight. She made me feel so good, Lord. She made me feel all right. Come out here.
We're back, sitting here with Mr. Bill Murray.
These guys are good on their own. You guys are very good, too.
Hey, we try. For you.
They have gotten better. I have to ask you something. There's this I guess, rumor out there about this, and I guess it's not a rumor even. It's a fact. You recorded a voice for a Ghostbusters video game. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was my voice.
It was your voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. Makes sense. Yeah.
Well, we wanted to jump on that video game bandwagon just about 25 years after the movie or so. So we wanted to get while the iron was hot.
Yeah.
And it was fun. They gave me they kept saying, well, we're going to do it. And then they said, well, we're going to ask your brother to do it. And I said, well, that's okay, I'll do it then in that case. But
just to deny him that cash.
Deny him that cash.
Yeah.
But so I did it, and it was funny. I came into the city and recorded it between 6 and 8 o'clock in the mornings on the weekends. Mm-hmm. And I got into it. It was fun. Dr. Peter Venkman is a funny guy. And I'd come out of the studio and I'd be walking into my car and I'd be singing the Ghostbusters song, and people would be looking at me like, Bill, get over it, okay? Move on, little man.
Yeah. You enjoyed playing that character. Would you guys ever do another one?
Well, we made a sequel to it. It was sort of, the first one was so great. Mm-hmm. And the second one was a lot more special effects. There were some great scenes in it, but, the special effects, they tire you out. They're fatiguing. But the characters were great. And what Danny created was really something fun. And, Rick Moranis and Annie Potts. There were a lot of funny people in that movie. And you know, Harold and Danny, and we had a great time. We had a lot of fun. When we were making it in New York, we owned the town. It was crazy.
I remember that, actually. I was a writer at Saturday Night Live when you guys were shooting that, and I remember
people thought we were
break
cops, but bigger. You know, it was like they must be cops, but even more important because they got those things on their backs. And we'd walk into places, we'd walk into stores and go like, okay, we're going to need this and this, and just walk out. It was. But
so it was your excuse to steal, basically.
Well. Basically, we just ran a lot of red lights in that car because no one was ever going to pull that thing over. You know, we're just like just driving around, honk honk, we're coming through.
Now let's talk about City of Ember. This is it's a really interesting story. The screenplay it's based on a book.
It comes from a book by a woman named Jeanne Deproux, if I pronounce her name correctly, and it's very popular in schools now. They teach it to kids in school, and the screenplay is by a woman named Caroline Thompson, who's like, you're really one of my all-time favorite people, and I met her a long time ago, and I thought, and she took me out to like a diner that turned into a Mexican horn bar at night, and we just like blasting music, 105 degrees, and drinking rum. I thought, this is a writer I got to work with, you know.
Those are the credentials.
And then I never saw her again. And then I opened the script and I saw her name, and I said, it's got to be the same one. And the script it's an amazing screenplay.
It's a cool idea too. It's a city of people that have been living pretty much underground for 200 years.
Right.
More than 200 years. You're the mayor of this town. There's a lot of funny moments in the movie. It's not a comedy, but your character I really enjoyed a lot. He's the mayor. Things are a little threadbare. He's trying to keep this thing going.
The civilization's falling apart. They've been underground too long now, and they've forgotten that they're supposed to leave and how they're supposed to leave. It's all been lost in the couple hundred years they've been under, and the whole place is falling apart. The whole world is crashing. Lights are going out. Power's going down. Everyone's clothes are, you know, been put together through various generations of tailors, and people are hoarding.
And we have a clip here. Anything we need to know for this clip?
Just hold on to your seats, folks.
Why can't more setups be like this?
The real star of this movie is a girl named Saoirse Ronan, and she's this beautiful child you're going to see, and this girl's going to be one of the biggest actresses of your entire life. You'll see her the whole rest of your life.
Let's take a look at this clip of City of Ember. I love your portrait. You should see City of Ember. You'll really enjoy it. That's out right now. Bill Murray, it's always a huge thrill for us to have you here. Huge thrill. We'll be right back. Bob Corddry from the new film W. We'll see you in a second.